you healed only layers, it'll come up again, but in a very weak sense. Now, if you don't listen the first time, what will happen is that you ask God for help. She's not listening. She's not listening. Fine. You'll end up having what they call the bee slap of life. Yes. And you're like, where'd that come from? And you're like, this always happens to me. Well, that's because you didn't hear and train yourself to hear this one or this one. Okay? We're so used to one of the things that occurred was that when you have shock, when you have really bad shock, it marks the brain, it marks the corresponding organ, and it marks the psyche. What's it do? It puts you in fight, flight, and fright mode. You have to constantly on guard, especially with your heart. And you look around, and all of a sudden, the chemical peptides. Because if you notice, my breathing is completely changed. My hair is not here, my hair is right here. And all of a sudden, my throat's tightening up, going, I can't be afraid. You don't even know what you're afraid about, but you're like, That shock keeps repeating itself. And I have to change something because I hooked into somebody in this room that has shock. Because the air is so far up my throat now, I can't have to bring it down. So I got to disconnect from somebody in this room. And it's really...
Mom, here's a phone.
So somebody has shock really bad and they don't even know it. But we all have it. But what happens is that, what does fight, flight, and fright mean? In the energy world, it means stress. And you all know what stress can do. It can kill you. Correct? So what do? We train ourselves to look for the negative. Ah, seen it. See? And if you let the ego be in charge, what's it going to do? Constantly look for proof. See? Told you so. Oh, see? And it got a story for you too. And then you're really going to get wrapped up in your story. And then what do? Where's my identity? Becomes the story. Becomes the shock. Becomes the wound. Then who am I? I'm not Brenda Bates, medicine woman. I'm my wound, damn it. Don't you see it? Feel for me. And I'm looking to him for him to heal it. When I really need to go back to that moment in time where I lost it the first time. It's always a continued story. So, as I was telling you, we can ask the body when it occurred. You may think, oh, no, it just happened last week. No, it's a continued story. Let me show you. And then I will follow the energy back. And I can sit here and tell you, and you're like, okay, but if I muscle test you,